Hi guys, hope you well. This is Tyson May, the Big T, wine lover. Um, I'm doing this video, guys, just for basically for I would say for the tasting room stuff. Um, you are one of the people that are actually selling the wines very much to international guests, as in numbers. So you have a chance to talk to that, and then you'll have a sales and marketing. So those guys will be looking after the restaurants, would be looking for the international sales. So that's a different category for that. And then you have people like sommeliers that will be working in a restaurant. So they are doing more or less the same job as a tasting room, but sommeliers has a lot more experience. They have a lot of sales background, and they have a lot of knowledge. So they have so much to do, but the numbers of the bottles that they sell in the restaurant, it might be not as much as the wines that you sell in a tasting room. So this message is going to be much more focused, more in a tasting room stuff. I know a lot of people that are in the industry, they always think of the lowest in the tasting room, but that happens because a lot of farms don't invest much in the tasting room stuff. You found some farms when they employ someone to work in a tasting room, they just want someone to work weekends. Maybe that person is still in school or just looking for just a job on the weekends, and they give you the notes, they give you the wines. This is what you say about wines. They don't really invest deep into them. But don't get me wrong, there's so many farms that put in a lot of effort to that. So the reason why I'm doing this, I know sometimes you feel like maybe you are undermined, but I'll just give you some tricks because I've been working in a tasting room for quite some time. And when you work in a tasting room, remember, you deal with everyone. You deal with your professionalism. You've got your connoisseurs. You've got the people that knows the wines and stuff like that. So one of the tricks that you need to do if you are one of the wine ambassador or wine educator or wine champion, don't be a boring wine champion or wine ambassador. Try to engage in a tasting. Try to find the people ways. Try to have the notes in your mind, and don't go to the people, because a lot of farms you found someone comes in a tasting room, just stand in front of you, just go like da 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 da, and then they go. You didn't find out who that person is. You didn't find out the level of the knowledge of that person. You didn't find if you have to do the extra mile for that person. So the best way will be always be in a conversation. Do not come as if you're going to teach that person, because sometimes you might find um, the guest that comes in a tasting room knows way more than you, but you need to have a ways to find out that, and then you can fit in that category, because you have a different levels. You've got the ones that just started, you've got the ones maybe have been in the tasting room for quite some time, you've got supervisors or managers that should know more, so that if you feel this person knows what he's looking for, and then you can just try to organize someone who's in the upper level or someone who knows better. But the best way is to go to that person, greet that person. For instance, I'll be like, oh, good afternoon or good morning. Welcome to this farm tasting. How are you? They will say, I'm very well, thank you, and stuff like that. While you are preparing everything to tell them about what, are you familiar with our wines? They will say, no, actually, we know this farm and this and this, we know this country and this and this. Then you know these people know the wine. But if you say that and they tell you straight away, now I'm looking for a strong wine, you already know, okay, here I'm going to do the teaching. I'm not going to have a lot of a conversation, but how do I twist that? So you know this guy told you want a stronger red wines, and then you know in your list you've got maybe say 5 wines. Okay, great. So, however, this is how I would like you to start, just to have a aperitif or something just like a palate cleanser. We'll have to start with 2 white wines just to prepare you for the stronger wine that you are talking about. So that means with these 2 white wines that you're going to give this person, you explain slightly bit more about them. Then you start to understand, okay, there's a story behind the wine. it's not just about strong, and then you build yourself up to the stronger one. So that's just a one way to catch the customer to the conversation. You don't want your guest look bit like he doesn't know what he wants. You build on their language. They're looking for a stronger wine. Yes, you have a stronger wine, but as you build up, you're going to that stronger wine, but you're bringing up the terms that are suitable for this person. Don't go to bombastic words and throw in. You are in South Africa, and then you're starting to talk about Bordeaux. You're talking about Burgundy. You're talking about a Chianti, but you don't want to go there with someone who doesn't know what you're talking about. But the good example to do that, you can say, yes, I've got this Sauvignon Blanc. This is nice and fresh and crisp. The vineyards are closer to the ocean. By the way, this wine, Sauvignon Blanc in general, enjoys the cooler area. Oh, is that so? Yes, that's why we like to have this next to the ocean. Even the originality of this grape varietal, it's in France, in a very nice area, Loire Valley, Sanse. It's more like a climate is like this. So when we bring it to the South African way, we needed to farm something like that. Means now you are taking someone, say, okay, oh, this thing has a history. Where it started, just to come up with those kind of things, man. You see, as a champion, let's try to engage. Let's not make this like it's work, because wine is very complex. It has a personal, so let's personalize it. And you also, as a one educator, just have those ways of spicing up the talk so that the customer live happily. At the end of the day, these are sales, but we just don't sell the bottles, we sell the farm. Sometimes you do the tasting, and the people will live without saying anything, but they will not say, wow, that guy, Tyson, he knows he has a lot of knowledge, and they go to TripAdvisor. So that means your farm is going into the list. So let's not just think we are just at work. We are ambassadors of not only the specific farm, but for South Africa. I just thought I must just share that tip, man. I can bring more just to talk about. Okay?